Well, welcome to night one Wrestlemania review. Daniel here, back with another video. I hope you enjoyed watching night one of Wrestlemania yesterday. I watched it earlier on today, and of course, night two of Wrestlemania is later on tonight. I can't wait to see what happens there. Who's going to be Randy Orton's opponent? Who is going to team up with Lyra Curia now that Bailey's been taken out of it, and who is going to win the WWE Championship? Will Cody Rhodes retain, or will John Cena become a 17-time world champion? Because, ladies and gentlemen, though, that would be night two. This is night one. I'm going to give you the entirety of the different matches that will come up on your screen, and I will review each and every one of them. And let's get on to the first match to review. And the first match is the World Heavyweight Championship match between the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther and the Royal Rumble winner Jey Uso. And it was as gritty as can be. Both wrestlers gave it their all in this match. Chops, super kicks, dinosaur drop kicks, whatever you like to call that move. Big splashes from Gunther. Big splash, Uso splashes from Jey Uso, who came out victorious, no other than Jey Uso. Yeet! Yeah, baby, Jey Uso after hitting Uso splash, I believe, not one, not two, but I think, two Uso splashes, and then grabbing him by the neck and saying, "Night night, bitch! You're gonna tap out to your own move and that sleeper hold." Oh yes, yes indeed. It was a tap out from Gunther. I believe that must be like the second time that Gunther has ever tapped out to to someone, and this was the shortest championship reign that Gunther has ever had. Surprising, yes. I couldn't believe it when I saw it, but hey ho, Jey Uso is now the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Yeet! And the next match is, of course, the World Tag Team Championships. As the World Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders defends their titles against the New Day. It was a very good battle, actually. A very good back and forth tag team match. I enjoyed it. The aim of the game was for the New Day to attack Eric's bad neck. Aimed for that the entire match. We came close to the War Raiders retaining their titles as they wait for the finish of the Viking experience. But then, of course, I think it was Xavier Woods got saved by Kofi, and then he got taken out again and was about to be finished off. And Xavier Woods was about to be finished off by the War Raiders once and for all, but then Kofi gets involved and he helps Xavier Woods by taking him down. Hits the New Rise, I think that's what it's called. I don't know. And then, of course, the pin, and with the help of Kofi Kingston holding on Ivor's leg. 1, 2, 3. New World Tag Team Champions, the New Day. Very good match, I will say. They ran off with the tag team title belts at the end, but I thought Big E might have gotten involved, but he didn't. But hey, New Day, new World Tag Team Champions. Of course, this match was Jade Cargill versus Naomi was up next, and again, very back and forth. A match that I will admit I thought was going to be one-sided, but it wasn't. I will admit Naomi did come back with some moments of her own. And I was at one point, I thought she was going to win. I thought she was going to beat her, but nada! The finish was amazing. Basically, Jade Cargill catapulted fucking Naomi into the air, grabbing her down, slamming her down onto the mat. Made a little bit of a mistake of going for a pin when the referee was, that's not the finish, dude. Do your fucking finish. And so then she did like the Beth Phoenix's, I don't know what it's, Grand Slam. That's when she hit the Grand Slam. Pinned her in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. The winner, Jade Cargill. I will say though, both Naomi and Jade Cargill came out on some fantastic attires. I just think that they could have adjusted it a little bit more because both Naomi and Jade Cargill kind of had some adjustments on every 5 minutes. There was a wardrobe adjustment to make sure there was no nip slips. But apart from that, it was a great match. Jade Cargill got her revenge. Redemption story done, one and done. Pretty much. What's going to happen now? We'll have to see on Monday Night Raw, won't we? Or SmackDown, I believe. I think, SmackDown. We'll see what happens there. Let's review the next match. And the next match, of course, was the United States Championship match as LA Knight defended his United States Championship against Jacob Fatu. And I actually thought Jacob Fatu, again, like I said about the Jade Cargill match, I thought maybe he was going to dominate LA Knight, but no, there was some very good high spots, including springboard moonsault into a BFT. I thought it was LA Knight to retain there, but Jacob Fatu kept on kicking out of everything that LA Knight brought to him. And after a long, grueling match, Jacob Fatu hits 2 springboard moonsaults onto LA Knight in the middle of the goddamn ring after having a long, grueling battle between them both. There was no interference. There was no, Solo Sikoa or Tamatonga or Tonga Loa. Nope. Nice, clean victory for the brand new United States champion in Jacob Fatu. I acknowledge you, Jacob Fatu, as being the new United States champion. I mean, 2 short reigns as United States champion. Sorry, LA Knight, but you need to go for a bigger prize. And I'll get to that in just a bit. Let's get on with the next match review because that was a banger of a match. New United States champion Jacob Fatu celebrated with Haku, I might add. That was the only thing that happened. Good attires too, and the entrances for Jacob Fatu wearing the werewolf mask, and because he's the Samoan werewolf, and LA Knight coming down like a car for the like of me. Tell you what the car was. I might put a picture of it on the screen, or you can look it up for yourself. It was an amazing entrance. But yeah, new United States champion Jacob Fatu. Now the next match was supposed to be Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Now Americano still made it to WrestleMania, no problem. There was an Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on SmackDown, and Rey Fenix was clearing house. He was almost won. He eliminated Chad Gable, and then, strangely enough, a little bit later in the match, Grande Americano came from the crowd and eliminated Rey Fenix, which caused Rey Mysterio to get mad and pissed off and have a 6-man tag team match against El Americano and the Creed brothers, I think. No, it was Chad Gable and the Creed brothers. And so that kind of went south when during the match Rey Mysterio got injured, and because of that, this is the match that happened at Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania, Rey Mysterio got injured, and therefore Rey Fenix took his place. And it kind of makes sense. It was that, but Rey Mysterio was legitimately injured. But this match right here was a banger of a match. I love the entrance. I love the fact that all throughout commentary, Pat McAfee and Wade Barrett was convincing Michael Cole that El Grande Americano is El Grande Americano and it's not Chad Gable. Michael Cole wasn't having any of it. Still, El Grande Americano's first WrestleMania and first victory, I might add. It was hilarious throughout the entire thing. He cheated to win, kind of, but he put the metal plate underneath his eye above his forehead, and, well, let's face it, I knew that was going to come into play. Springboard move, headbutt, oh my god, power right in the kisser, and then another diving headbutt, taking inspiration from Chad Gable himself. And gracias! See! El Grande Americano picks up the win here. And the next match was for the WWE Women's Championship as Charlotte Flair, the Women's Royal Rumble winner, took on Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship. And I'm going to be honest, I wasn't necessarily looking forward to this match. I love Tiffany Stratton and her matches are amazing. Charlotte Flair, though, because she was in it, loved the entrances. The Barbie doll entrance was fantastic. So was Charlotte Flair. Her entrance was fantastic. Both the attires looked fantastic too. But I'm going to be honest, I did not pay that much attention. I was on my phone and I was messaging my friends at this point, which I missed the majority of it. But in the end, Tiffany Stratton, even though she got her knee attacked by Charlotte Flair throughout the match, but Charlotte Flair was also, because she really did have an injury, but she was able to compete in this match. She aimed for that injury herself by Tiffany Stratton, aiming for that leg. But I will say this, well done for Tiffany Stratton to overcome Charlotte Flair and then retained the WWE Women's Championship. We ain't gonna have 15-time world champion anytime soon. So yeah, Tiffany Stratton retains the title. Overall good match. Didn't see much of it because I wasn't necessarily looking forward to this match. So yeah, congratulations Tiffany for retaining the championship. Well, and of course the last match was, of course, the triple threat match between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk, who was accompanied by Paul Heyman. Now, if you have watched my predictions, which I uploaded, then you will see how good I kind of was and how right I was kind of about what was going to happen. Now, when I will rephrase myself a little bit and I will correct myself in just a bit. One, the entrances for Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk were good. Roman Reigns was just his typical entrance with a few of the Titantrons showing off the Anoa'i family. Just a typical entrance. Seth Rollins came down to the ring wearing a flamethrower. Holding a flamethrower to the burn it down parts of his song. Then, lights go up, then come back on, he's wearing white. The last time we saw Seth Rollins wearing white was SummerSlam, like 2014, 2015, one of those. And finally, for that really good white attire back, fucking great attire, chef's kiss of an attire there. CM Punk, the introduction to CM Punk, it started off with him talking about him. It's not just about being the best in the world and the fact that he doesn't smoke or do drugs or drink alcohol and all that type of stuff. As soon as he started to talk about him being the best, or the video package started to change and it went to this fire burns. It was amazing. And then as it faded back into the arena, the WrestleMania arena, by God, it was amazing because we saw in living color, singing Cult of Personality, and it was karaoke because my God, CM Punk was singing along too. And Paul Heyman with his watch was like, "Hey, what time is it? It's covering time." It was a hell of a triple threat match. False finishes, everything that you can hit down. CM Punk hitting a GTS, getting a 2 count. Seth Rollins hitting a stomp, hitting a 2 count. Roman Reigns hitting a spear, hitting a 2 count. We had Seth Rollins trying to persuade Roman Reigns to get rid of the cancer that's known as CM Punk that was on the outside and do a double power bomb through the announce table. Roman Reigns was like, "Nah, man, I ain't doing that shit." Uppercutting, fucking, give him a whole sucker punch, if you will. Right in the mouth, getting rid of Seth Rollins and power bombing CM Punk through the announce table anyway. And what else? And then he went after Seth fucking Rollins. He powerbombed him through the Spanish announce table. He grabbed his ass in the ring and then still managed to get a 2 count. And then we wind down to the end of the match. CM Punk is down, just as I predicted. Roman Reigns is down. Paul Heyman is almost getting himself a heart attack, and he's like, "You know what? Nope, I've had enough of this bullshit. I'm getting a chair." That part of my predictions I got right. I said in my predictions that Roman Reigns was going to shout at Paul Heyman to get a chair. That didn't physically happen, but when Paul did get the chair, he looked at Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns was grinning to say, "Hey, yeah, you're gonna get that chair to me." And he was like, "No, my trouble, Chief." And he slid that chair in the ring towards CM Punk. CM Punk, of course, Paul Heyman then gets in the ring, and he was like, "Yep, this is my time. This is your time to shine." And boom! Oh, man, a low blow right into the CM Punk. He drops the chair, and Paul Heyman picks up the chairs, and he says, he says to CM Punk, "You made me do this. I loved you, my tribal chief." And he gets on his hands and knees and hands Roman Reigns the chair. And that's when I'm thinking, well, you've done it again, Roman. You've done it again, Paul. You've done it again. But nah, he wasn't finished. Roman Reigns attacks CM Punk with the steel chair, taking him out completely from the match. And then Paul Heyman's like, look, think about what he did to the Shield. Think about what he did to you at WrestleMania. Saying all this to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was grinning from ear to ear, saying, "Yep, it's payback, bitch." He's ready to do the exact same thing from behind when Seth Rollins is dazed and battered, and he doesn't know what's going to hit him, and then boom! Low blow from Paul Heyman to Roman Reigns. And then there's that evil grin from Seth Rollins, knowing that the deed has been done. Knowing that everyone has just witnessed what I predicted, that Paul Heyman aligned himself with Seth Rollins by handing him a chair. That was the part I also predicted, that he was to hand Seth Rollins a chair, and it did. Everyone else in the world probably presumed that it was going to be Paul Heyman that's going to betray CM Punk and Roman Reigns and align himself with Seth Rollins. But me specifically, I said a steel chair. Let me know in the comments if you also predicted the chair. But me personally, I feel like I was the only one, but I may be wrong. But other than that, I predicted the chair being a part of the ending. I like the way it ended. Seth Rollins hits the stomp from Roman Reigns. Does not pin CM Punk. That I feel like is going to come into play here. But yeah, Paul Heyman aligns himself with Seth freaking Rollins. What explanation will Paul Heyman give? Are we going to get a new version of Seth Rollins? Is Seth Rollins going to be a heel now? I can't wait to find out. There you go. That was my WrestleMania Night 1 review. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, for WrestleMania Night 2 review, goodbye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, then feel free to subscribe. If you want to watch the previous video, then click on the video on the left. But if you want to watch the playlist, then click on the playlist that's on the right.